you guys can see from the title, today I am doing my finale for Pan That
Hello friends, as you guys can see, today I am doing my Pan Those Eyeshadows finale for 2024. So I do have all of my shadows here. If you're interested to see how I do this Project Pan, all of my rules are down in the description box if you are curious to know or would like to adapt some of my rules for your own project panning journey for next year or whenever you guys want to start it. It is down always in my description box. So today I'm going to share with you guys my 4 shadows as well as how did I do for the full entire year. So if you're interested to see where I ended this year, stay tuned. Okay, you guys, I warned you last update that I will most likely slack off because of new makeup that was coming in. And sure enough, I ended up getting 2 new palettes myself that I purchased and a few things as PR that I have been playing around with. So I didn't really prioritize this Project Pan, I should say. Let's just put it that way. So I do have my 4 shadows here. It's going to be a rather quick finale as far as the 4 shadows that I want to share with you guys. And I don't regret it because I already know myself. So I kind of knew that this was going to happen. So let's start out with the single. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Cream Shadow in the color Sand Dune. I have brought this is the 2nd month that it was coming in here, and you guys, I did not use it once this update. It is a beautiful shade. Don't get me wrong. None of the shadows that I'm sharing with you guys today do I want to declutter. Did I not want to reach for because I don't like. It's just other things came first and I'd rather do those than this Project Pan. So I am rolling. Obviously, all these are going back into my collection. I'm not decluttering any of them, but I did not get a chance to use that one at all. The other one that I had in here for the 2nd month was the Sample Beauty and Equalizer volume 2, and the shade that I brought in was Love, and you guys, I only used it 2 more times, so it's not going to look anything different from last update, so I really don't have an update for that one as well. This eyeshadow palette is well loved, as you guys can see, but this shadow, I do like it. It's just, I reach for other things. This is very similar in tone as far as the Huda Beauty Icy palette that I purchased. So I was reaching for that one instead and playing around with that one. So obviously I didn't reach for this one, but it is also staying in my collection. The next shadow I brought in was from the Naked Smoky palette, and I brought in the shade 13. This is supposed to be a really nice, basically all over the lid shade, but you guys, I didn't reach for it one time. It's this one right here. I've been reaching for my Cargo eyeshadow single since the beginning of this year, and I've been trying to reach a goal on it, and I didn't want to take away any kind of usage out of that one and put it into here, knowing that I wasn't going to hit Pan 1 or 2 reach my goal of 20 uses just because I wanted to reach for that one. So I didn't even touch this one once. Not because I don't like this eyeshadow palette, it's just solely because I already have something that's exactly like this that I'm going through right now, that I'm using as an eyeshadow. So I'm just going to roll this out, put it back in my collection and not stress over it because I do like this palette. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I was reaching for that one instead. Last but not least, I brought in the Z palette full of my Sugar Pill shadows. I don't even know if they still exist or not. I brought in this shade, and as you guys can see, I didn't touch it once. I didn't use it once. I didn't touch it once. Again, I'm not using yellows this time of year. This bright of a yellow, I should say. I'm more like into the mustardy, yellowish greens kinds of shadows, yellow browns. This is very bright and summery and springy. So I didn't reach for it. And 2, I was reaching for other things. So I didn't get any use out of this one at all. So in all honesty, you guys, I didn't reach for any one. Oh, no, I lied. I used this one about twice. That's it. I only used twice this one. All the rest I did not touch. I was just enjoying my Mario palette. I was enjoying my Icy palette. I was enjoying cream eyeshadows, just cream eyeshadow sticks that I had in my collection. I was just playing around with some glitter stuff. I jumped the gun on just being free from panning any eyeshadow, period, for the rest of the year. And I'm not upset about it. I had the Too Faced quints that came in that I've been playing around with. So I've had a lot of fun and I don't regret it. Every year this happens to me, and it shouldn't be a surprise to myself as well as those that have been watching me since the beginning of doing this project pan, I always do end up doing this, and it's okay with me. I just wanted to roll in one more time to see if I could kick it one notch, and I only reached for 2 shadows this whole entire month that were in this project pan. Before I get into any of the information that I like to share with you guys at the end of this project, I want to share with you guys every single eyeshadow color story that I did get this year, because I do love seeing them as a whole in one place. So, editing Alex, roll that footage. All right, you guys, so now I have the
statistics
for you guys. So obviously you guys enjoy seeing these statistics that I normally have. So I am going to compare from last year to this year. I even have 2022's kind of statistics, so you guys can see how I've been doing and what it is that I basically what happened. And I'll explain to you guys, because I have a feeling as to why my numbers are the way they are. So in 2024, I ended up, in this project pan, I ended up rolling in 32 individual shadows. So in the 11 months that I was doing this project pan, 32 individual shadows I touched in this project pan, whether it was in an eyeshadow palette or as a single or as a Z palette. So 32 eyeshadows. Last year, I had rolled in 31. So I rolled in one more shadow this year than I did last year. And in 2022, I had 27 that I rolled in. So I rolled in more, which meant that I reached my goal of pan or 20 uses a little bit faster this year than any other year. As far as singles go, I rolled in 8 singles this year, the same amount that I rolled in last year. Last year, I rolled in 23 palettes. This year, I rolled in 24 individual palettes that had a single that I was working on. So I rolled in one more palette this year than I did as far as singles. Singles seems to be the norm of 8. That seems to be about 1 single shadow per 2 months that I am working on, which kind of makes sense because it all depends on what that single is, whether it's a potted single, it's a cream shadow single. It all depends on what the formula is. So in total, you guys, this year I only hit pan on 4 shadows. 4 shadows got pan. Last year I ended up reaching for 6 that I was able to hit pan, and in 2022 I reached 12. So as you can hear, my numbers went down. So in 2022, 12, 23, I hit 6, and this year I only hit 4. I do have an explanation as to why that could be. I will say that looking at all of the months, because I have both months written down on my notebook just to see what exactly came in, I ended up getting a lot of very difficult palettes and shades. I got quite a few Pat McGrath, Sydney Grace, Marc Jacobs, Patrick Ta, Natasha Denona came out quite a few times. Danessa Myricks came out. Cleona came out. What else did I get? I got the Anastasia Volume 2, which was a very, very difficult to hit pan on. There's quite a bit of shades in here that came out that weren't easy to hit pan. Because I decluttered quite a bit of eyeshadows between last year and this year, I ended up getting rid of easy to pan formulas. By that, I mean like BH Cosmetics, some of my ColourPop shadows, Beauty Bay's another one that's easy to pan. A lot of those left my collection because I wasn't reaching for them after I pulled them out, or I just have better formulas. As you guys hear me say over and over and over, I have very oily eyelids. So it has to be a good formula for me to keep in my collection because I don't want to babysit or have to, after 6 hours, seeing the creasing or the separation on my eyelids. It's just not worth it to me, especially since makeup has come such a long way. There's so much beautiful formulas out there that just work for me. I will say, just as a thought thing, I have changed my eyeshadow base to see if maybe that also helps, because I genuinely have very oily eyelids. Like, you guys, I wake up in the morning before I wash my face and I'll just rub my eyes, and you could see like there's a film of oil on my finger from where I rub my eyelids, because I just have very oily eyelids. It is what it is. I'm not complaining, because hopefully that'll help me with wrinkles on my eyelids and crepiness in the future. So I am not complaining, but it's just the nature of the game of how it works for me now. So because of that reason, I have very hard and difficult eyeshadow formulas in my collection. NARS, MAC, Natasha Denona, Viseart, Danessa Myricks, Patrick Ta, Too Faced. Those are the kinds of shadows that can handle my eyelids, and they're not easy to pan. So that's mainly the reason why I don't think I hit as much pan as I did last year. And to be honest with you, let me see. So out of the 4 pans that I hit this year, I decluttered 3. 3 of those palettes are no longer in my collection. Only 1 survived that declutter. So out of all the pans I hit this year, 3 have left. So that doesn't even help me with my pan percentage, because I hit pan and then I realized I don't want them in my collection, got rid of them, and only 1 of the ones that I hit pan on this year stayed. So it was very eye-opening for me this year, knowing my preferences, knowing what I want to reach for, knowing what it is that I want to continue to use. There were moments where I just wanted to sit on one palette for weeks, and I didn't care. And I've been noticing that a lot lately. I think I've gotten to a point where I've learned my tastes and learned what I do genuinely enjoy, that I don't care to waste my time or give the time to other formulas or other palettes that I have that not necessarily bring me a lot of joy. They bring me happiness, but not extreme joy. You know, for me, there's a difference. I like you, but I don't love you enough to keep you. So that's what happened this year, you guys. I am going to do like I typically do. I did it last year. I'm going to do it again. I will do a video dedicating to what it is that I'm going to do as far as next year. So you guys will hear what I have planned for next year as far as project panning goes. So you will hear that I did it last year and I intend to do it again this year. So that's what I have for you guys this year. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys following me along and enjoying this ride with me. I feel like this was a tough year for me, because I was trying to wean out what I didn't like and what I liked. And there were months where I had things in here, but I got rid of them because I just did not want to use them. I'd rather give them brand new to somebody else, and that's exactly what happened. So that's all that I have, you guys. Let me know your thoughts on how you did when it came to panning eyeshadows. Do you still like it? Do you not like it? Do you enjoy it? What did you find out? What it is that you learned out of this project pan? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear that. That's all that I have for you guys. Another video on the screen for you. Until then.